So I grew up a Toonami kid, which means that most of the anime that I love look like this.
I hope I piss myself and you call me your little pee-pee piss boy.
Universal beam struggles, characters screaming at the top of their lungs, dynamic fights, and a badass transformations. And Look Back is none of that. But when I went to go see it in theaters, it was like magic and enchantment, the hold it had over people. Taking them from chilling, yapping and laughing, wiping their greasy ass little popcorn fingers on the seats off into a deafening silence. I mean, if Snake was sneaking in, you could hear his ass clapping. It was that quiet. Nothing but a few whimpers, the sound of people choking back tears, trying to strangle their emotions, and leaving with a feeling that sticks with you, that haunts you for weeks after you've seen it. A feeling that made me come back to YouTube, and we're not the only ones. Go to Twitter, Reddit, or YouTube, and you'll see hundreds of people showering this film with praise, talking about how it changed their life. And it did all of that with just one simple question.
Then why do you draw, Fujino?
Now, I'm not an artist. I got a D on an art project where we were supposed to draw Angry Birds. Angry Birds! There's like 6 fucking lines in those. And if I had to guess, I'd put my life savings on the fact that not everyone here are artists either. But still, Tatsuki Fujimoto, the same man who split himself into the 2 teenage girls that are our main characters, the same man behind Fire Punch, Chainsaw Man, Goodbye Eri, and The Hand, the same man who ate his pet goldfish, is able to capture something so personal, so relatable, so human. But I don't want to talk about him. If you clicked on this video expecting a biography of Fujimoto and how that ties into Look Back, I'm sorry. That video already exists in about 5,000 variations, and I'm a much bigger narcissist than you think. Because the best way I can find to illustrate how powerful this movie is to talk about the characters, yeah, which means we have to talk about Fujimoto a little bit, but also to talk about me, about my life and my journey to being a YouTuber with a whopping 10,000 subscribers. Let's just hope this story doesn't end the normal YouTuber way.
You're finally making a difference for your loved ones and those around you, man. How does that feel? Not gonna lie, I am deeply in love with kids. Is this serious?
In Look Back, Fujino grows up as this manga prodigy. Her entire life she's been special, been praised by adults and peers alike for her ability to draw. It gets to the point where in elementary school she's drawing manga that isn't too far off of professional work. Kids are asking for her autograph, adults are telling her she should pursue this for a career. But all of that comes crashing down in one moment. I grew up as a STEM baby. For my entire life, I loved gaming and technology, and I never ever thought I was creative. Besides the Angry Birds thing, I sucked at playing the recorder in middle school. As a matter of fact, I couldn't play any instruments. I tried out for one school play just because I was simping over some shawty I was never gonna get. But I did like YouTube. I grew up in that generation where for the first time, YouTuber was the job everyone wanted to have. And when I was 13, I started my first channel.
Weeks, you're stepping on coup. It says activates just after battle, all enemy stamina is greatly reduced.
It flopped. It deserved to flop, and I wouldn't do anything creative for years after that until 2022, when I made a New Year's resolution with myself to start this channel. I don't know why I did it, why I was trying to draw. Was I trying to appease a younger version of myself? Did I feel like I owed him something? That's fucking stupid. He's the one person I know for a fact that I'm smarter than now, and he also doesn't exist anymore. Was I lacking purpose? Did I feel like YouTube would fill that hole for some reason? I don't know, but I committed to it and I started. And on January, what was supposed to be first, I uploaded my first video in almost a decade about Mob Psycho. I posted that edit you just watched and some others on Reddit and got 1,000 upvotes and 1,000 views on a brand new channel with 0 subscribers. I thought that was pretty good. Then I made another, this time 300 upvotes on Reddit, 500 views in the video. It was worse, but still more than I expected. But then came the Bleach video. 50,000 views, a little controversial, not perfect. I would make it entirely different today, but still, it blew up. I rode that rocket to Bochi with 10,000, Puss in Boots with another 50,000. Most of the comments on these were so heartfelt and beautiful. Some people really understood what I was going for. And at this point, I think I'm the bee's knees. Like, you couldn't tell her that shit. I was swimming in praise and affirmation for videos I knew for a fact were ass. If these were doing this good, just imagine when I actually feel like I'm good at this. So I upload again. We spin back with Blue Lock, Eminence and Shadow, Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball. Yeah, baby! 100,000 views, my biggest video ever at this point. And I wrote that into a My Hero Academia video that then it was Oshinoko, a series exploding onto the scene, a video I knew could pop off if I just executed right. The video after that got removed, and at this point, it started to feel like I was just gambling. Every upload was just a spin of the wheel, and nothing that I chose to do really mattered. And that led me to some dark places. What the fuck? The moment that changed everything for Fujino was when another manga artist her age would put her comic in the school's newspaper. It was these beautifully detailed portraits of real life backgrounds that put Fujino's work to fucking shame in comparison. And just like that, the entire classroom flips on her. All that praise and adulation disappears when her art is put into perspective with someone who has real talent. The same adults who were once building her up were now questioning when she was gonna grow up, when she was gonna stop drawing and commit to getting a real job. But she doesn't give up. She draws endlessly. She slaves away for 2 years trying to get better at her craft each and every waking moment. Fujimoto once said that if he didn't get better than the old people in his oil painting class within 4 years, he would kill them. So maybe that jealousy makes sense. I was never planning on killing anybody, allegedly, but I chose anime as the niche for a similar reason. I felt like most anime content was slop, or at least not for me. Analysis can be really cool, but a lot of them just came off as so pretentious or just straight up boring to me. The super duper meme videos were never my jam, and that AI recap slop garbage is just fucking unwatchable. So I wanted to create something different, something that I'd watch. I wanted to just fully immerse myself in the world of whatever story I was talking about. I wanted to elevate that immersion with the editing and the music and talk to you like you were talking to one of your homies. I wanted to capture however that show made me feel in its purest form and bring that to video. But something happens when you get into this. I discovered so many amazing channels that I never knew existed that were putting out videos way better than mine. But what should have been inspiring, combined with my failure, with the growing feeling that it was a casino, made it feel like other people were already doing this better than me. It felt like I didn't have any real purpose, that what I was doing wasn't special or even decent, that I didn't belong or deserve any of the success that I had. For the first time in my very extroverted life, it felt like I couldn't speak. And that process of creating stuff was so isolating. Even now, while people are out there enjoying or hating Iron Fyodor or Jeff the domestic terrorist in Marvel Rivals, I've been making this video. While people my age were out partying, doing bumps in the bathroom and fucking like rabbits, I was editing. And that feeling of just watching your life pass you by, combined with that imposter syndrome, makes it easy to quit. It makes it easy to want to give up. So we did. For 6 months, I wouldn't make another YouTube video. And after spending all that time slaving away at her craft, Fujino still wouldn't catch that other manga artist. And for years, she would never draw again. But what brings her back is validation from her biggest fan, the person that made her quit in the first place, Yamato.
No way!
It's followed by this euphoric scene of her flopping around in the rain like a dumbass frog with super glue in her joints. You can tell she's happy but embarrassed at the same time. Maybe even embarrassed because she's happy, excited and cringing, probably thinking about how fucking stupid she looks while she's doing all of this. Her face is all scrunched up, trying to resist a smile, but she's blushing. She looks stupid as fuck, but it's so wholesome at the same time. All the animation and passion from the artist behind this film is poured into the character expressions, and it elevates that relatability. It makes for a beautiful movie. But I already had that validation. I had a couple dedicated fans and lots of comments that I cherished, but what brought me back was that spark of creativity. The whole time I was uploading, I was chasing after something, a vision, an idea, a feeling that I could never catch up to. And as much as I adored my inspirations,
When it comes to manga, Fujino, you're a genius!
as much as I appreciated them for helping me start,
Thank you for getting me out of my room.
following them wasn't what I wanted to make, not completely. It felt like I was annoying my friends, asking them to review scripts or thumbnails or watch videos over and over and over again. It felt like borderline plagiarism, trying to find the words to express myself sometimes.
I want to stop relying on you.
And while I was gone, it felt like that spark was filling me with smoke from the inside out. It felt like if I didn't get it out, I was gonna suffocate. And I only really knew one thing.
I just want to be a better artist.
So I came back, and it was scary. Creating more than almost anything I've ever done in my life is scary. And while Fujino is my cockiness, my bravado, my jealousy, the part of me that feeds off of other people's energy like a old capitalist and their blood baby, Kyomoto for me embodies that fear. Not just because before I click the upload button, it feels like people are gonna react like this.
Hey, what do you think of this song?
It's fucking shit.
Said the fuck you guy, shanking me 436 times and Fortnite emoting on my body.
But because creating isn't logical, it's not STEM, it's not engineering, we're not problem solving here. It always feels like you're just grasping at straws, trying to recreate some magic. Even now, with all the love I've been getting lately, and I appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to comment, I still don't feel like my ability captures my vision perfectly. Even when you have these breakthroughs, there's no consistency, and there's no way to quell that pressure that the next upload won't be as good as the last upload, that the next video won't be as emotional as the last one, that I'll never be able to capture the magic of why that Dandadan video popped off, or why that Beyblade video popped off, or why that Dungeon Meshi video popped off. There's tricks and skills, of course, foreshadowing, hero's journey, Dan Harmon's story circle, rule of thirds, Kuleshov effect, voice acting, but ultimately, when it comes down to putting that pen to paper, when it comes down to getting those words out of your mouth, when it comes down to hitting that upload button, it's a guess. An educated guess, a passionate guess, but every time a guess. And that shit is scary, bruh. I wonder all the time, what if I have some of my videos pop off and I can't keep it up? What if I get this close to achieving my dreams of being able to do this full time and I falter right before the peak? What if I blow up, quit my job, and I'm living the motherfucking dream, and just 2 years later I lose it? I'm broke as hell, nobody likes my videos anymore, and I can't find a way to make a good one, and I can't figure out why. And art, life, doesn't give you a neat little answer to any of those what ifs. It doesn't promise that the next piece will blow up, that you won't burn out, or that you'll find your perfect voice overnight. But what it does do, and what Look Back does so eloquently, is hold up a mirror to these fears, letting us know that they're not unique, that we're not alone, and that it's okay to struggle. There isn't a golden answer to those 4 words, and you don't have to be an artist to understand them. Fujimoto doesn't say, if this is why you draw, you're gonna be a gazillionaire. He says, I see you. I see your doubts, your insecurities, and I know why you keep going anyway. Because I know why I keep going anyway. Because the point isn't to have all the answers. Whether you embrace it or not, you've been creating since you first stepped foot on this earth. I don't care if it's drawing, music, YouTube, a third grade science project, a child. Why we draw is why we live, and you don't have to ask permission for that. You want to get rich, you want to connect to people, you want to trauma dump, you want to inspire, bring awareness, it's a passion, you want to be famous. What really matters isn't the answer to those questions. It's the faith, the love, and the humanity we pour into every stroke of the pen, every frame of the video, every step of our lives. Failing doesn't make you a horrible person, and trying to succeed without a guarantee isn't embarrassing. Fujimoto shows us that comparison is the thief of joy. He shows us that what we make doesn't define our skills, but that our skills define what we make, which gives you the ultimate power to keep learning, to keep growing, to keep creating. Art in all of its forms is a reminder of possibility, that every one of us is capable of love, of hate, of pain, of joy, of enthusiasm, of depression, and of making something beyond ourselves. So why do I draw? Why do I feel the need to create stuff, to create these videos? What keeps giving me the spark, keeps dragging me back to this platform to make more shit? I think honestly,
Honestly,